saying that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, keep watching and see if that holds true after witnessing this display of talent.
Well.
Well.
Well. Well. Well.
Flattering? I don't know about that, but when it comes to Waukegan's favorite son, Jack Benny, the love for the man is still sincere even 11 years after his death. So, last month, a trainload of Benny lovers got all aboard for a nostalgic trip to the past. Now, why, you may ask, do we have a train ride to Waukegan to commemorate the eternally 39-year-old cheapskate? Well, according to Chicago radio host and nostalgia expert Chuck Schaden, there is a very good reason.
When you were a listener to a Jack Benny radio show, they made a whole thing. If Jack was really coming to Chicago to appear, let's say, at the Chicago Theater, he would, the week before he got here, would do a sketch on his show of going to the train station.
Train leaving on track 5 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga, and Waukegan.
And at the station, he almost always would run into this man, who for 38 years would somehow manage to foil Jack Benny. Now, if the face isn't familiar, here's something that might ring a bell.
Well, yeah!
From then we went on to the ooh and the well and so on. First time we ever did the ooh with Jack was funny. I dogged it on the rehearsal. And when we got on the air, Jack's line to me was, "You really hate me, don't you?" And I said, "Ooh, oh, do I?" And he went right on the floor. Just went right on the floor.
Frank Nelson and his wife Veola Vonn made a special trip from California to be part of this special tribute. They were both actors on the Benny Show, where the supporting players were almost as important as Jack.
If you were to read the script, you would find that Jack Benny never had a joke. The jokes were always with his second bananas. But he surrounded himself with people that he trusted, that he knew were capable, and so we had the pleasure of getting those wonderful laughs. And Jack, of course, was our straight man and the greatest straight man in the world.
Did you finish churning the butter? Not yet. Well, churn it. Yes.
Once all the tickets were collected and we arrived in Waukegan, a tour of the town brought us to the house where Jack Benny lived in his youth. Of course, a young Jack Benny would never dream that the junior high in town would one day be named in his honor. Jack Benny Junior High, appropriately, is the location for the day's events, such as exhibits highlighting his career.
This antique trunk was the one that was used by Jack Benny and Cora Salisbury. And they left Waukegan together, and this was the trunk that they traveled throughout the Midwest with.
And what's a tribute without a contest or two?
J-E-L-L-O.
I met this young lady. And we went to her apartment for some drinks. Well, she drank so many cocktails, she passed out on the sofa. Well, while she was lying there, unconscious, I took advantage of her. I made 3 phone calls to California.
He lied about his age and was a terror on the violin. But was he really the miserable miser he portrayed so well?
Absolutely not. It was anything but that. Jack, as a matter of fact, was a very generous man, charity-wise. Jack, for instance, during World War II, I know of an instance where he gave $25,000 to Jewish war relief with the proviso that there be absolutely no publicity about the fact that he had given the money.
For most people, this was a sentimental journey, but for some, it was something new and exciting.
I read Jack Benny's biography about 3 times, and I saw pictures of Jack Benny Junior High School and read about it, and read about what was going on. And I was really excited, and I came all the way from New York just to see this.
Well, no matter where you're from or how old you are, thanks to Jack Benny, you can always be 39.